started. Kareem.
Hey, Mike. Just wanted to ask a little bit about that fourth quarter. Obviously, I'm assuming it was a little bit frustrating as they went on that run, but what's to say about you guys, and especially Myisha and Ariel, to kind of come back with that 13-point spurt and give you guys a shot down the stretch?
I mean, it says we're hanging in. We didn't play in the second half like we did in the first. I mean, we relied way too much on outside shots. I know that they double teamed Tina every time she touched it in the post. So, that was part of the issue. But we had 32 points in the paint in the first half and none in the second half. I've never seen a stat like that. So it says a lot that they hung in the game, and, we were down 10-2 in the quarter, and we end up, playing even the quarter. But it's a shame to waste, such a great effort with, kind of just not understanding what we needed to do to, keep going in the second half. Obviously, they're bigger and stronger, but I'm happy with, the effort to come back. But I just think that, we're learning the hard way right now in some ways.
We've talked so much this week about, the practice habits and trying to get, everybody kind of getting to know each other a little bit better and all those things. Did those things improve like you wanted them to?
In some ways. I mean, I think that, obviously we got Myisha involved in the game. I think that, Ariel Atkins is now going. It's frustrating, I think, for Tina right now because she's seen so many double teams. They just decided in the second half to kind of take her out, and, we missed a fair amount of outside shots. But I just don't know if we worked hard enough to get downhill and get all the way to the rim and make them have to foul us like we were fouling them. But there are things that I've taken away from this game that are encouraging. Yes.
Thank you.
Jen.
Hey, Coach, going back to the start of the game, it looked like you guys got off to a really good start. What do you think was most responsible for that?
I mean, we were ready to play. I mean, we've had good practices. We stuck to our game plan. We made them have to defend us in pick and roll situations. That was a good start. We got inside and outside balance. And obviously Tina and Myisha and Ariel were all kind of playing and feeding off each other and doing a good job.
And you mentioned wanting to put Shavante in the starting lineup in part for her defense. What did you think about the defensive side of the floor as a whole?
Good early, not so good in the late second and most of the third. Good down the stretch in the fourth quarter. I mean, we got a whole bunch of stops a row in the fourth quarter. We just couldn't convert at the other end and score. But I thought our defense in the fourth quarter was really good.
Last one for me real quick. Myisha looked like she got a little bit banged up. Are you concerned about that at all?
I have no idea what the status is. I usually don't know till the next day unless the trainer calls me with an emergency that night.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Natalie.
Quick question for me. Just Ariel had a career high 29. Can you expand a little bit more about what she was able to contribute to the game?
Well, I think she's just in such a positive mode right now. She's got her confidence up in shooting the ball. She knows that she can be one of the best guards in our league, and she's acting like it. I've had discussions with her about, that she can be a 20-point-a-game scorer or close to it without putting pressure on herself. I think one of the big things when you, get to the next level as a scorer is you don't think in terms of the game. You think about what you can impact in each short segment of the game, in a half of a quarter or a quarter. How do I best take advantage? She's starting to study how defenses are playing her a little bit more. I think she's kind of slowed down a little bit and she sees more things. And that's still going to be an ongoing process, but her confidence level right now in shooting the ball is really good.
Any other questions for Coach? I think that's it then, Coach.
Thank you.
Oh, actually, there's one more. Do you have 1 minute? Winston, do you have a question quickly?
Yeah, Coach, I just had a question about Natasha. Is there Is there anything that worries you about her game right now? It seems maybe her confidence may be slipping. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, but her performance tonight was, I would say, sub-Cloud standard.
In what regard? She played good defense. She had a lot of assists. She didn't make shots, but she's never been one of the best shooters on our team. Obviously, I think the one area of her game right now, she's struggling with her outside shooting. I think that will come around. You know, she had 11 assists, and she would have had like 15 or 16 if people had made wide open shots that she got them the ball. I mean, literally, she found the right people a ton of times. They need to make shots for the assist to go up. I thought she did a good job. You know, in the time that she was on with Quanah Williams, I thought she did a good job. Quanah got going a little bit when Tosh got switched on to some other people. But, you know, I think that that part of the game, the shooting part, will eventually catch up. It usually does.
Great. Thank you, Coach.
You bet.
Thanks, Coach.
Sit down. You're fine. It's okay. You're good. Sit down.
Hi, Myisha. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. If you have any questions for Myisha, please raise your hand. We will start with Korea.
Hey.
What was the conversation amongst y'all when you're down 13 in that fourth quarter, and then you and Ariel really catch fire? It would have been kind of real easy at that moment with, I think you're down 13 with 4 minutes to go to say, all right, it's not going to work out this night, but it seemed like you two just kind of wouldn't let you guys die.
No, I don't think it was just us two. It was a whole team, even players on the bench too. When we went into that timeout, we have AC speaking up. We got Tosh speaking up. So it's just like we have a collective group, just speaking up and communicating, telling us, that we can do it. We just gotta put our heads down, and it starts on the defensive end. We just had to string some stops together because we weren't really converting on the offensive end. So it's defensively, if we're able to continue to stop them, our shots were gonna fall. So it was just our group just telling us, hey, y'all, stay with it. We got it, just keep pushing.
How did you feel personally today? Seems like you had some juice even from the beginning, and obviously showed up in the stat sheet.
I felt good. Felt good. I already knew that I was going to try to attack the rim, attack the bigs, and not settle for jump shots, because the previous games I was settling for a jump shot like I'm a 3-point shooter, so I had to get back to what works for me really, and that's attacking the rim and getting points in the paint, and taking a lot of work, a lot of load off of Tina, just helping her because she's going to get the double team. So not just staying wide, just cutting to the basket and her finding me, cutting to the basket, or I cut to the basket and we have someone on the opposite side and she's just finding them. So, I mean, I felt good today, and I had it in my mind what I was gonna try to accomplish. So yeah.
And just one last one for me, obviously, you guys would have liked to finish it off and get the win, but is this still one of those games that, hey, at least you saw some of the progress that you guys have been looking for?
Yeah, of course. Again, this was our first real week of practice with everyone, so it's definitely a bright spot because that's supposed to be, the team to beat in the league right now. So, and we just played the second team to beat in Connecticut, so played them close too. So we're in the game. So it's just like little things that we have to continue to work on and get over this hump. But Coach said it in the locker room that he feels, and I think it's not only him, but we feel it too, like a win streak coming, because it's day by day we're getting better, and that's our motto, is win the day. And if we continue to do the little things, we're going to get over this hump and then play Mystic basketball how we know it should be played.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jen.
Hey, Myisha.
Hey, Jen.
First off, how are you feeling? I know you took some big hits, including whatever happened with Liz. I didn't really see it, but how are you feeling?
I feel great. But no, she got me. She got me good. But I'm tough, so I'm gonna get back up.
Did it, you guys have talked all week about working on just like learning each other and developing that chemistry and all that. Did you notice a difference in how it felt out there, particularly, with that strong first quarter start?
Yeah, I mean, again, it just goes back to this actually being like a first week we actually got to practice all together, and not just being like thrown in the game and, just play. We actually got to day by day learn each other, know where people like the ball, give the ball where people want it. So I think this was definitely a step in the right direction today.
Last one for me. Is there something that you guys did, whether it was offensively or defensively, that you felt like really gave them a lot of trouble, or that was something that you could, kind of go to when you were in a hole and needed to come back?
Yeah, spacing the floor offensively, spacing the floor, one post player setting a screen, and then the other one spacing out and seeing like what we can get from that. I think that definitely worked offensively. And running it back at them, I think they're gonna they're bigger than us. There's nothing we can do about that. So as soon as they score, let's run it back down because their big is all the way down the court. So I think that definitely worked for us defensively when we were able just to be aggressive, get our hands on passes, do scramble out of digs and traps and things like that. Definitely worked for us, and it's against a stepping stone.
Thanks, Myisha. I hope you get a nice ice bath or something after this.
I was in it.
Oh, good.
I said, you know what? I gotta come here. So
Winston.
Winston, the mic.
Winston. We'll come back to him. We'll go to Doug.
Hey, Myisha.
Hey.
Curious, we got a taste of you and Tina playing together, and you're very similar. You both can play inside and outside. How much fun is that going to be for you the rest of the season when you get Elena back? It's another player who can play inside and outside. I mean, that's 3 very versatile posts. How much fun is it for you as a player to have someone who can do similar things that you can do and sort of play off each other that way, so to speak?
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Not only just the fact that, like you said, we're similar, but she's a legend, like Tina and Elena. But I've gotten to play with Elena already. But just speaking about Tina, like she's a legend, so I can, like in practice, she's teaching me different moves. Like she's like, you should do this, you should try this. So I mean, just to have her on this team, it's a blessing for one. For two, I'm getting the opportunity to grow my game and learn from one of the best who've ever done it. So I'm extremely grateful for that opportunity. She's just a great player. Like I'm just super excited to play with her and just be able to grow my game and hopefully help her too. I don't know how, but I think I can.
Appreciate it.
Natalie?
Especially down the stretch towards the end of the game, what was Ariel really able to contribute to the game? And can you just talk about her performance tonight with a career high 29?
Yeah. Oh, career high. Oh, I didn't even know that. I'll have to gas her up a little bit. No, I think she's getting more and more comfortable every year. She's becoming more dominant, in my opinion. She's becoming playing more into herself and the player that she knows she can be, and we know she can be too. She's taking those tough shots. She wants the ball in situations, to make the tough shot. We started running horns for her, just to go downhill or get or get the pull-up jumper, because she's able just to stop on a dime and shoot the ball with so much confidence, or get downhill. I mean, going left I think she's one of the best guards to do it in this game right now. I think she's playing extremely well, and 29 a career high. That we might have to celebrate.
Doug, did you have another question?
Yeah, just real quick, the shirts you guys wore before the game, how important is that for the gun violence and such?
Yeah, I think especially in the neighborhood and the community that we're in now, playing now, just to show our support and just to, hopefully put an end to it. It's not going to happen overnight, but if they see players such as ourselves wearing shirts and supporting the movement, then, maybe in the community around the world, we can have an impact and help gun violence around the world.
Thank you.
We'll try Winston again. Winston?
Yeah.
No. Oh, he's gone. Jen?
Just wanted to go off of Doug's first question about playing with Tina. I'm curious for you, has it taken a load off you this year, or have you noticed defenses playing you differently now that Tina's out there? Or, on nights like tonight where you're getting buckets, are they playing you just the same as they did in the bubble?
I think right now I'm still earning my respect in this league. So teams are playing me however they want to play me. So yeah, with Tina, like she's gonna demand a double team, a triple team possibly. So just playing off of her, finding the open spot, diving every single time, and knowing that she's able to deliver a pass. So yeah. Hey, 29 career high. Okay. She's here.
And we'll end on that.
Yeah. Oh, we're done. We're done, right?
We're done.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Have a nice day, Myisha.
Hey, I didn't even know.
Hey, what's up, Ariel?
Hey, Kareem.
I know you want that debut, so let's talk about that part first. Take me down to through that final stretch when you and Myisha kind of really took over and pulled you guys back into it. What was just kind of the mindset? What was the conversation on the floor at that point as you guys rallied from, I think it was 13 down with 4 minutes?
Yeah. What we talked about in the huddle, AC gave it to the point. So the way that we play basketball, the type of plays we have on the floor, 4 minutes was a lot of time in order for us to not only come back, but in order for us to find a way to get the win. So that's what we were focused on doing, taking it little by little, trying to get a stop and trying to get a bucket.
I know it's frustrating not to get the win, but was this one of those days that you at least saw some progress and saw some of those things that you've been working on for the last week kind of come to the forefront?
Yeah, definitely. We're getting better little by little. I'm honestly tired of coming in here and saying, we're getting better, but it's true. We are getting better. And once we figure it out, boy, is that going to be that's going to be a fun run to be on.
And obviously got to ask about the career high, and when did you, were you feeling it all day? Did you know before the game started that you were kind of feeling good, or was it just, did you look up at the scoreboard, or did you look at the stat sheet at the end and say, wow, I didn't know I realized I had 29?
Honestly, didn't realize it. I'm not going to lie to you. I did miss 2 free throws. My mom's going to be mad about that. But it's just a matter of trying to get us a win, man, and trying to hunt my shots. That's something that I have to learn as the type of player that I am and my skill set. I have to be able to hunt shots for our team and be able to knock down the open shots and also be able to create shots for myself and others on the floor. So to your point, happy, thankful for the career high. But for one, got to knock down those free throws. Got to get a couple more rebounds, and 4 turnovers is not okay. So I'm definitely thankful and excited for the career high, and hopefully we have some more of those. But I love playing on a team that it can be anybody any given night. So that makes my job a lot easier too.
Cool. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Jen.
Hey, Ariel. Congrats on the career high. So for you guys as a team, I'm curious if you sensed that there was something in particular that you guys did that really threw them off, or was something that you could kind of go to make that fourth quarter comeback, whether it was offensively something that gave them trouble or defensively something that disrupted them.
We were being ourselves. I think what you're seeing as we get better is you're finding a team that's figuring out who they are and finding their identity. We can lock down on the defensive end and just make it hard for people to get their first option. It makes our life a lot easier on the offensive end.
And how important was it for you guys to be out in transition? This was their 6th game in 12 days, if I did my math right, and you guys had this break. So did you notice like a difference just in, speed or freshness, and how did you guys exploit that?
Yeah, they have a lot of players that also play over 30 minutes a game. And so like you said, they've been playing a lot in the past 12 days. And we knew that coming into this game. So, kudos to them for keeping it together for 40 minutes. But we definitely tried to take advantage of that, trying to push the ball up the floor and trying to run it up and down.
Thanks.
Yep.
Doug.
Hey, Ariel, I got 2 for you. The first one, you said how you feel you guys are closer and coming in and getting better. How do you think you are sort of getting on that run and winning a bunch in a row? I mean, is it small adjustments now that you guys need to do?
Yeah, intentionality. Being intentional about what we put in practice, making sure that we're applying it in the game.
And the second one, I asked Myisha about this. The orange shirts you guys wore, obviously gun violence is something that's very important to the W and to you guys specifically, with Tasha being the forefront of this. How big is it for what you guys are doing to continue the discussion about social justice and movement and trying to make a difference, and what wearing the shirts today help that?
I mean, it's important. It's not just a fad. It's not something that we're just talking about. It's something that we live every single day. We're a part of this community, and we're a part of our communities back home. So it's not a matter of us just being like, oh, we should wear this shirt today. We live this stuff every single day. We have friends, families who have been affected by gun violence. So it's not just about the t-shirt. It's not just about saying these things, although those things are very important. And I appreciate all the people who have been extremely vocal. Again, Tosh is extremely vocal about gun violence here in DC. But it's something that we live and we see, you know.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
Kellen.
Hey, Ariel. This is a kind of a little bit more general question, but you've been on teams where the Mystics have been favorites to win the whole thing, and then you've been on teams like you just said. Every game you feel like the team is improving, but not necessarily expected to reach the finals or win the whole thing. I guess how does that impact like how you or the players approach the game or the season? Does that play into it? Like how you think the season will play out? If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you can call me an optimist. Every day I walk in here, starting at training camp, my goal is to get to the finals and win a championship. So it was no different when we were in the bubble. It was no different my first year, nor my second year when we actually won. So, I mean, they can have the preseason stuff. I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, my goal is to win championships with the people to the right and the left of me. So I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really impact your expectations of the season.
No, because our goal is to take it day by day and get better every single day. And if we do that to the best of our ability, and we have some luck on the side with health, and officials and all that different type of thing, you put yourself in a really good position to get a good spot in playoffs, and then make it to the semis, the finals, and then potentially win the championship. So every day we come in here, I'm striving for excellence. I'm striving to be the best person I can be, and I think our team is doing the same.
And then just a final one for me. You said your first two seasons, the team went to back-to-back finals. I think people maybe don't realize how tough or rare that is. Just can you explain like how hard that is for a team to do that?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was spoiled because it happened in my first two seasons, right. And so for me and Myisha, it's kind of like it's what we do. But definitely do understand that it's not the norm. It is a very tough position to get yourself into. And that's something that I learned not only last year, I'm learning this year as well. Everything just doesn't always run as smooth, and that's okay. You got to figure out every year, it's always something different. So it's just a matter of figuring out, and again, to the person to the right and left of you, figure out how to lean on them, how to trust each other, and get through it day by day.
Thanks so much.
Yep.
I think that's it, Ariel.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Hey, Tash. Thanks for carving out some time for us.
What's up, Kareem?
I'm good. Want to ask, we've talked all week about, you guys getting some more practice time and being able to kind of focus on, communication and all those things on offense and things. I know you're not happy that you guys couldn't finish it off, but was it a positive step in that terms of how you guys played together?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really hard this week. We had about 7 players at practice this week. So with the minutes that we're logging right now, it's been really hard to get in and have like efficient practices, but we try with what we can do. But there's so many positives to take from today. And so that's, I said this is going to be baby steps. It is. So we're taking every positive and we're carrying it over. We'll carry, what we did well today into the game. We'll carry it over into practice tomorrow, and we'll fix the things that we need to work on. But today was a really good day. We talk about this league, media all talks about the Aces being the number 1 team, and we lose by 3 points in a game that I thought we could have finished. And so at the end of the year, we're going to finish these type of games. Right now, we're a baby step into who we want to be, but much more production across the line. Our spacing is better. Our defense is better. We just have those moments where we have lapses. We settle, we get tired, we settle for jump shots. We don't rebound, and then we don't get stops on the defensive end. So we got to be able to minimize those possessions.
What was it like for y'all to kind of watch? I know everybody was involved, but I think it was that 13-point streak by Ariel and Myisha. What was it like watching those two kind of get hot?
I mean, they are who they are. I don't think either of them get the respect that they deserve in this league. I think Myisha had an amazing year last year in the Wubble and is still underrated. Ariel Atkins is the best two guard in this league, period, and is still underrated. So it's, for me, we have such young players that are stepping up in such big moments because it's who they are. So it's really cool to see them and just grow and develop, especially someone I've been with them since they came in.
Just one last one for me. Just want to ask a little bit about yourself. I know the shot's not falling, but 11 assists and seemed like you were really kind of aggressive out of the gate today. How did you feel about yourself?
I feel good. It's a process for me too. My shot feels good. That's the good thing, is my shot feels really good. And eventually they're going to drop. It's going to happen. So I'm staying confident in my shot. I'm still going to shoot the ball. I worked really hard in this offseason to come back and be a threat on offense. But it's still my job to facilitate and make sure that I'm putting my teammates in successful situations. So always been a pass first point guard, but I'm trying to be more aggressive. My shot's going to fall. I'm confident it's going to fall. So we're just going to keep at it.
Cool. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Kareem.
Saw the kicks out there today too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Converse everything.
Oh yeah.
Jen.
Hey, Tosh.
Hey, Jen.
First, gotta say I love the Cardinals jersey because that's where I'm from. So
that clarity.
Just wanted to ask, overall, offensively, defensively, take your pick. What do you think you guys did that maybe gave them the most trouble today?
Our offense, definitely. We're a team that once this clicks, we're a scary fucking team, and you can print that. We are a scary team that is really unguardable at times. And once everything clicks and we're on the same page, we're going to be a really, really scary team because we can back it up on the defensive end too. So again, there's so many promising things from today. One thing that we definitely worked on this week was our spacing, giving each other space to maneuver, to get 2 feet in the paint, and then to find each other. And that was something that worked really extremely well for us today.
And then I know Shavante didn't have a million points or anything, but, her moving to the starting lineup, how did that feel for you guys? And what does she kind of bring in that spot?
Her experience. She's a vet on both ends of the court. She's going to get up. She's going to pressure you. She's going to disrupt on the defensive end. And then she's going to stay true to herself on the offensive end. Her IQ is through the roof. So she just gives us that extra leadership on the court that we need to.
Thanks, Tosh.
Thank you, Jen.
Doug.
Hey, Tosh, good to see you.
Hey, Doug.
I got 2 for you. The first one, you're talking about baby steps. How close are you guys to running, so to speak? I mean, it doesn't look like you're far off from getting on a run here and getting some W's in a row. Like, we talking little changes here for you guys to get to that point?
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking small changes, minimizing those bad spurts that we have in games. I think it was the third quarter where we were just settling for jump shots instead of getting to the paint, which made us very successful in the first half. And in the late second half, getting to the paint, finding open shooters, spacing, and then getting stops. Like, we got to take pride in our defense too, but we're not that far off. And that's, like I'm saying, we're going to be scary when we get to that point because we're right there.
And my second one, I know you were so eloquent as always on social media about the ending gun violence. And obviously you guys wore the orange warm-ups today. Just always, how good is that to see support from you guys in the league to help this very, very important cause that you're so passionate about?
It's amazing. Not only from the league, finally the league kind of jumped on this year after I asked them, and to have that support, to have that them allow us to use our platform to give back to every town and make sure that we're still shining a light on gun violence, an issue that plagues this country tragically. is everything. But I think more so what's meaningful to me is this organization and how much they supported me and jumped on board with me with every town and making sure that we're doing our due diligence, especially here in DC, where violence is high, where gun crimes are high. We're trying to do it for our community, but we're trying to do it for this country too. And so when you have that support, it makes my job a lot easier. It takes a lot of weight off of my shoulders.
Appreciate you shedding a light on it for everybody.
Thank you, Doug.
Natalie?
A couple of quick ones for me. Earlier this year, you mentioned having to adjust to Ariel's expanded game. Can you talk about how much or how she's improved since 2019?
Ariel Atkins improves every single year. Since the minute that she came into this league, you can ask anyone. She was a rookie vet. She's an old soul. She understands. She's passionate about getting better, not only for herself, but for this team, this organization. So she's expanded her game, whether it is, her one-on-one play, whether it is, just making her three-point shot more consistent, getting in and being able to see and also facilitate too. She's done a phenomenal job, and she's leading us in a lot of ways right now on the offensive end. So I'm going to ride with my dog. I'm still going to say she's the best two in this league every time I get to say it, because she truly is on both ends.
And then today, more specifically, I don't know if you know this, but she had a career high 29 points. What was she able to bring today?
Ariel Atkins, that's what she was able to bring.
Neil?
Hey, Tosh.
What's up, Neil?
Less of a game question. I saw the picture that the Mystics posted of you and Russ, kind of just kicking it yesterday. Obviously, you talked about, how he introduced himself to you and the team. You guys are two passionate people about the community. Have you guys gotten a chance to maybe talk about any collaboration? I know you and Brad have obviously done a lot.
No, I would love to collab with Russ. We got to talking in the ice bath the other day about his Tulsa documentary and shining light on that. And I told him how much I appreciated it because it's not something that we talk about. We don't talk about America's true history enough. So for him to step up as, a professional athlete, as we're told so much to just shut up and dribble, for him to, put his time, his money, his efforts into shedding light on issues that need to be talked about. It's phenomenal. We have really good guys on that side of the court. And it's really cool to just see our friendships and our relationships develop, not only, off the court, but in our fight for social reform as well.
Thanks, Tosh.
Thank you.
I think that's it, Tosh. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Stay safe. Wear your mask.